this great company and the Deputy Ambassador of Netherlands, the members of Parliament here today. Your Excellency, we thank you for this opportunity, for this official launch of this great achievement, the Lipton Academy, Innovation and Technology Academy, which Your Excellency is a culmination of a journey that was started way back in May, and specifically on the 8th May of 2023, when you had a meeting here with the Chief Executive Officer of Lipton, Madam Natalie Russo is here, and during those particular discussions, Your Excellency, you did direct that we have a meeting with the Lipton team, and following which we have been having discussions ever since that particular time. Your Excellency, we have now come up with some kind of partnership between the greatest international company which purchases the Kenyan tea and the Kenyan government, which will of course be of the greatest benefit to the Kenyan farmer and also the Kenyan people. This provides us an opportunity, Your Excellency, that Lipton Innovation and Technology Academy will be able to train our farmers on improved farming techniques, and this will of course improve the quality and the yield of our tea. And above all, it will continue making Kenya as the global leader of a country that produces top quality tea. Of course, our farmers, in form of prices, will be able to earn more. Our workers working in the tea industry will also have an opportunity of earning more, and we will earn more foreign exchange out of this particular initiative, Your Excellency. Finally, Your Excellency, this particular academy will also deal with certain contemporary issues like climate change, such that with that particular technology, whatever production that will be happening, we hope it will reduce and mitigate a carbon footprint, and also our varieties that will be resilient to the kind of climate change that we are having. At this particular first phase, Your Excellency, we are going to host this particular academy in Kabianga University, a university which is located at the very heartland of tea, because the counties that we have in that particular academy, Kabianga, are tea-growing counties, and it will also afford an opportunity to Kabianga University to not only train students on this particular important area, but also to do research on mother's tea, on improved varieties that will be able to grow in our respective areas within the country, Your Excellency. And again, this is on the starting point. We hope that moving in the future with this particular kind of partnership, we will also be able to have these academies in other parts of the country. Your Excellency, we thank the team from my ministry, which was headed by the Director General of TVETA, Dr. Kipukuru Rangat, and we had officials from the university, headed by the Vice Chancellor, and we had Commission for University Education, among others that did participate alongside our friends from Lipton. Your Excellency, I now want to recognize the members of Parliament who are here. We have the Majority Leader, Aaron Cheriot, and we also have my other friends, members of Parliament. I will request one of them, the Member of Parliament for Gatundu South, to make very few remarks on behalf of the members of Parliament here from the tea-growing areas. Member of Parliament, Gigi. Gigi, one remark, please.
Thank you, Your Excellency. The entire team from Lipton's, led by Madam Natalie, and the entire leadership of, from the Ministry of Agriculture, Parliament, represented here, Mukunji and Mundigi. Thank you very much. Mine is to thank you, Your Excellency, for the efforts that you have put in to make sure that our small-scale tea holder farmers are reaping the benefits from their work. On Monday, we were talking about other issues pertaining to inputs, and now today you have brought the most important and the most needed skills that will be given to our farmers that are in tandem with our production. And most importantly, Your Excellency, is that most of our farmers farm on very small acreage of farm. We have people farming on quarter acres, half an acres, mainly. Actually, 75% of our producers are below an acre. So what that tells you is that we are not able to enjoy the economies of scale for farmers. So we need some training that is tailor-made for them so that they're able to reap their benefits. Secondly, and this has been a thorny issue, is that we are stuck in very traditional ways of producing our tea and processing our teas. We are trying, although we are behind schedule in trying to keep up with the world trends of things like orthodox tea and many other teas. I know that you at Lipton's and have been in this tea for a long time. We are benefiting from people who have an experience of over 130 years from 1890. So this is quite a benefit to our farmers because we are going to benefit and get the expertise that you have had over and the capacity that you've built over the years. One of the ways of that is that we may want to go to different levels or different types of tea consumption so that we are at the table at every time. Whether where people consume, even when our consumption trends change, then we're still able to present our teas. The other thing that we are going to benefit from is that our farmers will now understand what is required when they understand the tea processing systems. We have a disconnect between the people who pick tea and the people and the production lines. So at times we get bad quality because we are not able, our farmers have not understood exactly what we need to produce good quality teas. At times we may have better quality tea as opposed to a lot of quantity. And that is what we are looking at, so that our tea, when someone grows tea on 1 acre, even if they don't produce the normal 2 to 3 kilograms per bush, then they're able to get 1 kilogram that will give them more money when we value add. So, Your Excellency, we, and as a representative of the small-scale tea holder farmers, I must really thank you for the efforts that you have put. You have told us even about a common user facility for tea production and value addition. I know when Natalie speaks, we'll tell you that the challenges we have at times with value addition is also moving our teas when they are value added across the globe. So we have some issues that as tea industry players, if we sit, we could have working way with the people who have the ground and who are producing about, who are selling over 30% of the teas globally. So if we come together, we will have huge benefits. I must say that, Kenya, we have the east of Rift and the west of Rift. And Kabianga University happens to be in the west of Rift. And I know we have plans to come to Karatina University, which previously, even before becoming Karatina University, was a tea academy. It is good to go back to that point. And then if we could, and I've seen the Ministry of Education has come with the TVETA people, if we're able to escalate this and take it down to all the TVETs, and I know, Your Excellency, you've been very serious about TVETs and the courses and the skills that are able to be given, so that farmers start looking at this as skilled earning, so that we stop the business of people who are tea producers are not picking, and we are having to import tea pickers from other places. When we equip our people with skills, they will also understand and change the mentality that this is just some lowly paying job, and that is going to help our people very much, especially the youth, and that goes to help with the unemployment. Finally, Your Excellency, tea is a very important component of our economy, being in the agricultural sector, and what we're able to do when we lift the tea industry is that we get the biggest multiplier effect. We have about 670,000 tea farmers, but those are the registered tea farmers. But this industry supports over 5 million people. So the multiplier effect is so big. So when we equip them with skills and when we scale up our value chain, then we're going to affect probably even up to 9-10 million people. That gets a lot of our people out of the unemployment bracket. So I thank you, Your Excellency, very much. And thank you for the effort, even for the support that you've given us on importation and packaging materials for fertilizer that is subsidized, and for all other issues that you're helping us to deal with tea. I see Mr. Mukunji there. He has a Karangariri tea factory, and they are with the senator there, who also is in charge. It has about 3 factories in Embu County, and he's also the vice chair of the agriculture. Yes, and I know Mr. Mukunji would want to say something. You know, Your Excellency, unajua watu nikimwacha atanichapa. Wacha tu akuje aseme kitu.
Thank you. Your Excellency, thank you so much for the opportunity. I first want to say thank you so much for the support you have given to our farmers of tea. And Your Excellency, we don't take it for granted that our people are actually very optimistic. I want to say that the tea sector is actually very promising right now, because, Your Excellency, even as we are speaking right now, the monthly rates have actually come up from 21 shillings per kg to 25 shillings. We are also hoping to see the bonuses, Your Excellency, also getting better this year. And from what I'm hearing is that we might even double the bonuses for our tea farmers. So this is one of the areas, Your Excellency, that we really promise people will do a lot. But, Your Excellency, one of the things that we really need to work on as government is last financial, when we were passing the finance bill, there was a promise to lower the packaging, to remove tax on the packaging materials. Your Excellency, that has not yet taken effect. And it's important that if it takes effect and we improve our value addition locally, and I'm happy with the approach of teaching our farmers and our people and transferring the skills to them so that we can be able to not only build our brands locally, but also be able to build an industry that is going to be our own. We need to start thinking of packaging our tea and improving the quality of our tea so that when we are selling it internationally, we are not selling other people's brand, but we are selling Kenyan brands that are going to improve and get to the market perfectly. So thank you so much, Lipton. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. We are hoping at one point we will have our TVET in Manyata offering these courses so that we can be able to have my people there benefiting from the skills. And I want to say Embu County is actually very much leading. I was just looking at the data there. We are, even without a lot of effort, we are ranking very well in terms of quality of our tea in the world. So it's something that is going to improve what we are doing, and we appreciate so much. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Your Excellency, we have the acting ambassador of Netherlands. I invite him to make his remarks. Kindly, Your Excellency, Ambassador.
Good morning, Excellency. Good morning, CS. Good morning, guests. Very pleased to be here today. As the Netherlands, one of the important trading partners for Kenya, third destination for exports, but also the fifth investor in Kenya. We feel it's a privilege and it's important to be here today in this signing of the collaboration between Ekaterra Lipton together with the government of Kenya in terms of capacity strengthening in terms of the tea sector. For us, I think it's very important that collaboration in terms of trade, in terms of economic collaboration between the Netherlands and Kenya, and being an important partner, comes also with responsibilities. And those responsibilities are that you look at how can we improve trade and investment, how can we help and work together in increasing the economy, increasing productivity, increasing jobs and skills in a country like Kenya. If you do that, you work together on strengthening trade and investment. But you also look together at how can we jointly work on improving the business climate? How can we jointly work on private sector development, on creating jobs and creating skills for youth in Kenya? There's a responsibility in that sense. And that's why from the different sectors, whether it's the agriculture sector, obviously the most important, tea, flowers, dairy sector and others, but also in the agri-logistics or in the health sector or in the energy sector or in the water sector, how can we indeed look at that business climate, work together to improve the opportunities in that sector? And therefore we think that skills, education, academies, collaboration with universities is an important component in that sense. Not only between the government of the Netherlands and the government of Kenya, but I think more and more, especially if we talk about skills, in collaboration with the private sector, because they know what are the skills which are needed. They have the expertise as well to work in that sector and to train and to work with young people to make sure that those skills are here, where you can work jointly in adding value to your products, whether it's in the tea, whether it's in bouquets of flowers, whether it's in the other sectors. And therefore we think it's really important to have this collaboration. We're really proud that this is being signed today. Also after your visit, Excellency, to the Netherlands last year, in strengthening that relationship in the agriculture sector, in the tea sector, but also in logistics, etc., and to see a fruitful and very concrete and very fast collaboration coming out of this sector. Especially this year, important year for the Netherlands. We are celebrating 60 years of bilateral relationships between the Netherlands and Kenya. We started earlier this year with the political discussions. We had a mission last week about investments in Kenya, and we feel that this fits perfectly in the private sector collaboration between the Netherlands and Kenya. So thank you very much. We look forward to the collaboration and also see how a lot of young people can benefit from this for the tea sector. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Chief Executive Officer, Natsari Rus, ever since the first time we had an encounter, she's so passionate and committed in what she does. And she has promised that this is going to be transformative, this is going to improve the Kenyan tea, things are not going to be the same anymore. Madam CEO, please come and make your remarks. And thank you very much for the initiative.
Why not? Okay. Can you see it? Then I can start. Your Excellency, President Dr. Ruto, dear Senator Aaron Cheriot, Honorable Ezekiel Machogu, EGH, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education. Dear friends from the Dutch Embassy in Kenya. Dear Dr. Langer, CEO of TVETA, and dear colleagues of TVETA. Dear Council Chair, dear Vice Chancellor and friends at the University of Kabianga. Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, we are here today to present a groundbreaking project that symbolizes our confidence in the future of Kenya and the future of Africa as a whole. As Nobel Peace Prize winner and former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan put it, to succeed, Africa must rely on the strength of its human and natural resources. The continent's future lies in its youth, innovation, and its ability to turn challenges into opportunities. It is in this spirit that we announce the creation of the world's first academy dedicated to research, innovation, and training in the field of tea. This academy is anchored in the heart of the continent's largest tea-producing region at the University of Kabianga. Tea is much more than a crop. It is a cornerstone of Kenya's economy and core to Lipton teas and infusions. We are the largest purchaser of Kenyan tea. Almost half of tea we source comes from Kenya. It is part of your heritage and a symbol of our ability to mutually create value for all. In the face of climate change, global market volatility, and changing consumer tastes, our ability to innovate will determine our future success. Specialized training is therefore essential to prepare the next generation of farmers, innovators, researchers, and leaders to meet these challenges. Our ambition is to always develop the strengths we share, our natural resources, tea, and our human resources, the people who invent new cultivation methods and those who deploy them. I'm not sure we will sell a lot of tea here, but we can still have some display. It can't harm. Thank you. The Lipton Tea Innovation and Technology Academy will be a global center of excellence. It will combine theoretical trade teaching, applied research, and practical experience. Partnerships with international institutions and key industry players will ensure training that sets new standards in quality and sustainable production. With state-of-the-art facilities and world-class faculty, we will prepare the students to become pioneers in tea innovation. By funding this academy and choosing to associate our name, Lipton, with it, we are making a long-term commitment to train the talent that is needed around the world. But more than that, by offering the University of Kabianga free use of the intellectual property that our scientists have developed over the decades, we are giving it the means to become the global center of expertise for tea. The establishment of this academy will benefit all stakeholders in the industry and symbolize a new model of economic development for Kenya. By offering bachelor, master's, and PhD programs, the university will develop knowledge that is valuable to small and large producers, to farmers, and to traders. Our ambition is for this know-how to infuse the entire Kirisho and beyond to make tea from Kenya the world reference. Tea from Kenya will be as sought after and valued as French Burgundy wine. The Academy will be the birthplace of ideas and methods that will shape the future of tea, thus contributing to the sustainable prosperity of Kenya and its citizens. Mr. President, I would like to thank you for your vision, your commitment, and your support since our first meeting in the Netherlands in May 2023. Our teams have worked intensively for 10 months to make it possible to launch this academy today. We have the opportunity and the joint responsibility to forge a future where every Kenyan can reach their full potential. The Lipton Tea Innovation and Technology Academy is more than a center of learning. It is a promise to youth, to the economy, and to the future. Together, Mr. President, Let us make this vision a reality. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, CEO, for the wonderful work. And Your Excellency, we promise that from now on we will be working very closely with this team, not only in Kabianga, but in other parts of the country. And there's no doubt, Your Excellency, that you started this, and we promise that we will not fail you. It is now my very humble duty to ask you to be upstanding as we invite His Excellency the President to address us. Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. Please, let's take our seats. I don't know. Is that, can you see me? Your Excellency, Ambassador, my dear sister Natalie, and your team from Lipton's leaders present here, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this very important occasion. As I am delighted to welcome all of you to State House and to take this opportunity, especially to our friends from Lipton, coming from outside Kenya, to thank you and to say karibu, welcome. Our collaboration across various sectors has significantly strengthened our partnership and benefited the citizens of both Netherlands and Kenya. Today we gather to celebrate a new milestone in our relationship and in our partnership. The agricultural sector is not only a fundamental component of our national economic activity, but it is also one in which our country is most competitive globally and has the highest employment multiplier effect. Agriculture also accounts for the incomes of 2/3 of Kenyans, while agro-industry contributes 40% of manufacturing jobs and 48% of our GDP. Under the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, the government has committed to implement a value chain framework to invest optimally and achieve the greatest positive impact on agricultural productivity. The tea sector, in particular, holds immense potential in terms of local, regional, and overseas opportunities, and consequently boosting the tea value chain, especially through optimal blending and branding of Kenyan teas, is a specific commitment under our agenda. We have a major opportunity to enhance the economic contribution of the tea value chain as a key foreign exchange earner and a significant contributor to Kenya's global market presence by raising the value of our tea exports beyond the current $1.1 billion US. This will increase the incomes of approximately 5 million Kenyans employed directly and indirectly in the tea value chain, including over 650,000 small-scale farmers across the KTDA and large-scale farmers associations. To actualize the full potential of tea, it is time to enhance both productivity and quality by adopting modern technologies across the tea value chain, from cultivating high-value, climate-resilient tea clones to employing the best practices in agronomy, plucking, processing, and marketing. Additionally, we must undertake training for our youth, especially those employed in the tea industry, in order to equip them with skills and knowledge on optimal tea husbandry practices and value-added processing. Quality training involving deliberate investment in research and training resources is essential, while robust partnerships with organizations in the local and international space, public and private sector, are indispensable in facilitating the transfer of necessary knowledge and skills in the tea industry. I therefore appreciate and commend the partnership between Lipton Teas and Infusions and various other entities to establish the Lipton Tea Innovation and Technology Academy as an exemplary initiative with highly transformative potential for Kenya, our region, and the tea industry at large. I recall that only last year I held discussions with Lipton's corporate leadership in The Hague about the possibility of local value addition for Kenyan tea and the enhancement of national standards organizational ecosystem for a sustainable and responsible tea industry within our country. I very sincerely thank you for making time. I insisted when I was at The Hague, I insisted on meeting these good people. And they came forward. And we had a 2.5-hour meeting. Sometimes difficult it was, but finally it came out as a very productive meeting. I am very grateful that that engagement 10 months ago, today, has fruits. We can measure the outcome of that conversation. As one of the members of Parliament has said, because of that conversation, Parliament passed legislation in our finance bill to remove taxes on packaging material for our tea, especially tea that is meant for export. It is my commitment that we shall conclude that exercise and make it realistic for packaging material to be imported into Kenya without taxes so that we can increase the value addition mechanisms in our country. I'm also very happy that today, because when I met Lipton's corporate leadership, I told them a couple of things. I told them, number one, we are partners. You buy the largest quantities of tea from us. We want to be partners because we grow the tea, you sell the tea. You cannot do without us, and we cannot do without you. So we need a much more robust, engaging partnership between us. And we agreed on the things they needed to do and the things we needed to do. We have done our bit, and I am very happy today they are doing theirs. That is the mark of true friendship. That today you are committing close to $500 million for the setup of this academy in Kenya to support our tea industry. And the reason why the Ministry of Education is here and TVETA is here is because we want to do that which is going to make our tea competitive. I am very proud that today in supermarkets across Europe, for the first time, you will have a label that says this tea is from Kenya. For the first time. And we want to thank Lipton's for making it a reality. We've always gone to all manner of places, and on menus and in hotels, you're told, oh, are you interested in, which tea are you looking for? Is it English breakfast tea, or is it? For the first time, the English breakfast tea will be replaced by Kenyan tea. because it has always been Kenyan tea, but it has always been labeled English breakfast tea. Thank you, Liptons, for making it a reality for us to have a Kenyan brand in supermarkets across Europe. It was the request I made, and I'm very happy that you have made it a reality. Secondly, we had also the discussion around how do farmers benefit more from their tea. And the conversation was around quality, and it was around ESGs, that it is not enough to produce more tea, but it is more important to produce high-quality tea. And that is in a context where the world is looking at. People are now very sensitive. Consumers globally are now sensitive about the social aspects of production. They are interested in quality, and they are interested in the impact it has on environment. And the academy that is going to be set up is going to work with our Tibets so that we have skilled labor, we have extension service, and we can train farmers on making sure that they produce tea in a manner that we can sell to the market at premium prices. For a very long time, we concentrated on quantity, producing more tea. And in the process, we undermined our own business because we created too much supply, and with too much supply, the prices went down. It is time. And it's not the fault of farmers. We told farmers produce more tea, and that's what they did. I think it's time now for us, using scientific empirical evidence, for us to tell our farmers what kind of tea will give them the best price. And that is why this academy becomes very important. When I asked Lipton about this, they told me they will go and think about it. I'm very happy, Natalie, that you did not just think about it, you have decided to do something about it. And today we are celebrating this setup of the academy in Kabianga. And the academy in Kabianga is going to work with all our Tibets in all our tea growing areas. I am happy the members of parliament are here. The reason why Liptons are setting up this facility in Kabianga is because I think 80% of their own estates are in that region, but we have agreed with them that that academy is not even going to be a Kenyan academy. As mentioned by Natalie, it's going to be a global academy on tea. Because we must claim as Kenya legitimately the tea space. The same way everybody believes that the best wine comes from some place in France, the best tea in the world comes from Kenya. It is just as simple as that. And therefore, this academy will not only help us make sure that that best tea from Kenya continues to be the best tea, it continues to be the premium tea, but it's also going to meet the best international standards, so that our farmers are trained appropriately to make sure that the social aspects of their production is clear, the environmental aspects of their production is good, And also the quality is always at the standard where consumers can give testimony that this is good quality tea produced sustainably. So I'm really happy that we are doing this. The Tibeter, which is represented here, should make sure that all the Tibets in the tea growing areas become part of this academy, so that even research and training of agricultural extension officers and agricultural personnel will be spread across Kenya, especially in the tea growing areas, so that all our farmers have the right information, the right training to produce the best quality tea, so that as we brand Kenya, as we have the labels across the globe that it comes from Kenya, it must meet the highest global standards. Farmers can only operate with the quality of information they get. And therefore, it is important that we make the most updated, the best quality information available to our farmers. I have said the pioneering initiative will position Kenya as a global hub for training top quality tea professionals and facilitate innovation throughout the tea value chain, as well as the upskilling of existing tea farmers, thereby driving the transformation of the tea industry to deliver maximum benefits for households, the value chain, and our national economy. Congratulations to Lipton and the University of Kabianga, together with Tibeter, for a visionary partnership in establishing an academy of this standard. I recognize with gratitude that the financial and technical contribution of Lipton Teas and Infusions made it possible to deliver on this initiative on time at this scale. Lipton, the world's largest tea business, which houses many renowned brands, has shown commendable commitment to enhancing value creation for all stakeholders in the Kenyan tea industry, and they deserve our commendation. I note with approval that this collaboration is explicitly aimed at promoting sustainable and responsible practices in the tea industry and developing Kenya as a global model in sustainable tea sourcing. We are therefore all aligned in the respect of this commitment to make Kenya's tea value chain competitive in terms of quality, as well as in conformity with the highest social and environmental standards. I am also glad that Lipton has committed to supporting the development of a Kenyan origin tea classification to guarantee farmers good returns. Beyond the existing partners, there is scope for more stakeholders, including the State Department of Vocational Training, Higher Education, Agriculture, the Commission of University Education, county governments, Tea Board of Kenya, KTDA, Tea Research, together with international friends, supporters, and partners, to collaborate in making this academy a global center of excellence for training and research to transform our tea industry and make it globally competitive. You heard Natalie say, tea is beyond a crop. It's a whole lifestyle and it's a whole economy. The establishment of the Lipton Tea Innovation and Technology Academy is a novel and specialized contribution to the government's commitment to enhance access to affordable and quality education that will contribute to transforming the industry by enhancing tea production, value addition, and productivity through research and innovation. As we focus on research, innovation, and extension, I challenge the Vice Chancellor of the University of Kabianga and his team to take measures to ensure the provision of extension services to local and countrywide tea growing communities. Once more, I thank Ms. Natalie Roos and her entire Lipton Tea and Infusions team for the dedication to this groundbreaking partnership to transform Kenyan tea and commitment to collaborate with all stakeholders in order to uplift the industry. I affirm Kenya's commitment to this and other similarly inspired joint efforts, look forward to witnessing the Academy in action and offering the world a taste of best Kenyan tea and giving our farmers and other industry workers a share of global prosperity. Again, to our friends in Netherlands, the Lipton's family, and to the tea growing fraternity in Kenya. This is a historic moment for all of us. All the things we've always wanted. We've always wanted to claim our space as the best tea growers globally. I think now working with Lipton's, slowly we will begin to occupy that space and brand our country for what it is, a producer of the best tea in the world. We've always wanted to make tea pay more to our farmers. We now have yet another opportunity to make sure that we produce tea in a way that the most earnings and incomes go to our farmers by making sure that they produce sustainably, they produce good quality, and which is environmentally sensitive, and we can sell our tea for what it is. So again, I also want to thank the Lipton's fraternity for helping me answer some of my critics. You know, some people ask me, what did you go and do in Netherlands? So I think today you have helped me, Natalie, to answer those people. There are people who thought I came to Netherlands as a tourist. Now they know that I spend very good quality time, and today we have a 500 million academy supporting our entire tea industry of 5 million Kenyans. 650,000 farmers will benefit from this intervention. And for the first time, we will have Kenyan origin on the labels of tea in the world. That has always been what we've always desired, because we were being shortchanged, that Kenyan tea was being packaged as teas of other countries, when it actually is Kenyan tea. So again, I want to say thank you very much. Congratulations to Lipton. Congratulations to Kabianga. Congratulations to our Tibets. Congratulations to our tea growing fraternity in Kenya, that we are making strides in turning around our tea industry and making it much more competitive, and to pay our farmers more and create more income for us and foreign exchange for our country. Thank you very much. God bless you. Pongezi. Congratulations.
I request Your Excellency that the CEO and the ambassador can have a photo with you and the team.
Because now we seem to have aligned ourselves, the branding of Kenyan tea, and I want maybe the researchers now that will go into the whole tea space. I am told that now it is confirmed that there is no problem that cannot be solved over a cup of Kenyan tea. You know, so all you need to solve all your problems is just a cup of Kenyan tea, and you will. Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Your words and
Yes.
your trust.
Thank you. Thank you very
It's
much.
such a fun.
Thank you.
Really.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so you want us to take it's just here. I think they want us to take some photographs.
Umpe mgongo kwanza.